And then as well as, playing DB. But when it comes to some of my keys to success, I really have to say high discipline and then my speed. I think my speed is what sets me off. A guy who's, running 21, 22 miles per hour, on a daily basis with ease, right? So I think just being able to have right eye discipline, great technique, but then speed as well, is going to really do well for a coverage linebacker.
Did you get about your Senior Bowl weekend? What that was like for you?
Yeah, Senior Bowl was really great opportunity for me, just to go down there and compete with the guys. But I went down there with the right mindset, went down there locked in, just like the guy that I am, went down there with, the strive and eager and desire to get better every day, right? But then as well as, prove to teams why I should be high up on their draft board and their draft list, right? Because I'm everything that they're looking for in a linebacker, a guy who's a green dot, a guy who can, like I mentioned, run with running backs, run with tight ends, run with receivers, but then a guy who's can mold around guys who he hasn't played with, right? But then as well as be trusted with the green dot to get everybody in line and adjusted and make sure everybody's in the right spot. So really intelligent linebacker, really do-it-all linebacker for you, but then as well as on special teams, making an impact, being ready to fill in at whatever position is needed.
Who impressed you on the defensive side, and who impressed you on the offensive side?
Yeah, the defensive side that I played with, I would have to say Femi from UCLA, a guy plays with a lot of juice, a lot of energy. So got a chance to meet Femi a couple times, being in the Pac-12, Big Ten, but no, he really impressed me. But then you said the offensive side as well. Yeah, offensive side, we'll have to say Tyler. Got a chance to play against Tyler, so I feel like Tyler, so really crazy story about Tyler is when I first got to Oregon, he was one of the first guys, in that spring workout that kind of greeted me. He was like, "Hey, what's going on? My name's Tyler." So full circle moment, going up against him, Texas Tech, a couple years ago, but then as well going up against him in the Senior Bowl, got a lot of respect for him.
Jeffrey, I know you overlapped with your freshman year, but what was it like playing with came out to the bowl?
Yeah, it was really great. Yeah, KT was a guy who was, real hard on me, coaching me, making sure that, I was crossing all my T's and dotting all my I's. I remember a conversation, he was just telling me about pass rush. And being able to, the key to it was get off. And I remember we were sitting down after practice one day and he was just walking through with, a young freshman, a young linebacker who got thrown in the linebacker room and, has been, taking that right step to be a great linebacker, right? So for him to be hard on me at an early stage, but then the relationship that we have to this day, I appreciate him a lot.
How would you describe it in one word?
Describe KT in one word? I would just say unique. Unique. The reason why would have to be, when it comes to, his football game, he's a great pass rusher, but then also a guy who can stop the run and a guy who's, a physical force, right, playing defensive end. But then as well off the field, a guy who has a great personality, and I love that kid. Most difficult tight end? Yeah, most difficult tight end, I would have to say, would have to be Tyler Warren with what he does in that Penn State offense. Excuse me. A lot of shifts and motions to get him open, and with their OC wanting to, he was their main target, right? So I have to give that to Tyler Warren.
Are you going to go on those workouts here?
Yes, correct.
Early in the season, you were hampered a little bit. Was that?
Yeah, that was my ankle. Yeah.
How'd that go?
Yeah, it was about play 5 or 6 into the Idaho game. Kind of got rolled up on, so yeah. Yeah, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of poise, a lot of confidence to make sure that your defense is right in a line, right? You want to make sure, one, you're getting the call correctly, and that that everybody's assignment. So if a DB or a D lineman doesn't know they're in the right gap or right alignment, right? You got to be able to have poise right before the ball snap and make sure that they're right and they know, the coverage adjustment, or if we get a motion, or we're gonna slide, or we're gonna spin the motion with the safeties, right? So you got to be able to know the whole defense, right? But then you also need a guy who, let's say, there's a explosive play. You need a guy who's gonna keep the defense poised and calm, not be in a huddle, going crazy, but also keep everybody on level-headed and controlled.
How much played all the last 3 years with Dan and that staff, but you, Terrence, the last couple of guys on that fringe, what does it mean to you, if anything, that the last first of all guys, and particularly on the defensive side, where that churn, and for too many of you left, and you and Dante are the last one standing, you're making
Yeah. It means a lot. It means that, left a legacy at Oregon, especially coming in with that class, historic class, right? That 21 class, but then some of the guys that were there before me, but it means just leaving a legacy and being loyal, right? Because nowadays, especially with college football, there's a lot of reasons why guys are leaving schools or, going whatever reasons that they might have, right? But, I think that says a lot about character, a lot about people who can stick it out in tough situations or in good situations, right? But being able to, if guys are coming in, if they're recruiting guys to come in and take your spot, right? You're, being loyal, sticking to your craft, and you're getting better, and you're sticking it out, right? So I think that says a lot about character.
You told me down in Mobile you had a meeting with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But following up, how did that meeting go? And have they shown any continued interest in you?
That meeting went really well. I had an informal with them the other day, so it's been going really well. I've been, keeping up with a lot of teams here, but especially with the Steelers. Now that I'm thinking back to the Senior Bowl, that meeting went really well, and I think, I got a great relationship and good feel for the scouts and the coaches over there. Hopefully they fall in love with me. So.
What was it like playing on a team with Bo Nix?
What was that?
What was it like playing on a team with Bo Nix?
Really good. He was my locker buddy, so fun fact, so spent a lot of time with him, just learning about offense and me teaching him a little about defense, even though, he's pretty much seen it all for him, in his college days. But no, it was really good. He taught me how to be a better man on and off the field, kind of how to be a better leader. I took a lot of, aspects and knowledge from his game and applied that to mine.
Have you been with the Broncos at all?
Yes, I have, yeah.
How'd that go?
Went really well. I know that they got a good feel for me, and I got a good feel for them.
What linebackers you watch the most closely?
The most closely, top three, I would have to say would have to be Fred Warner, Roquan Smith, and then Demario Davis, and then I'll throw one more in there, Foye Oluokun.
What do you like about Fred Warner?
Fred Warner, I think what he does with the green out especially, and the Niners defense especially, you got that linebacker position is something that's very critical for that that organization. So I think with his ability to be able to attack the ball, right, punch outs on the perimeter, be able to run with tight ends and guard running backs out the backfield, I think that he truly does it all. So I got a lot of respect for him.